I'm Griffo, this is Griffo Media, welcome to my channel. Hello new subscribers. Two questions I'm asked most on the video channel. The first one is, can we see your setup? The other one is, how do you use a Logitech G29 that you're looking at now with an Xbox One and an Xbox 360? Today on the video, I'm going to tell you how on both counts. Before we go into the specifics of my cockpit, let's just back off it here so you've got a good idea of what we're racing with. This is a Trak racer made in Australia, and it's made of solid steel. We're going to get a little closer to it now and I'll just show you. It's just heavy duty stuff. It's a purchase I made about 2 years ago. I do not regret it. It's just heavy duty. It's not going to move anywhere. And the benefits of this cockpit racer is that you get everything bolted on. It comes in a box, you make it yourself, takes about an hour, but then the seat bolts to it, which is the Trak Racer F1 seat. It's really comfortable as well. You can game for hours on this and you're not going to get any bottom fatigue. And you've also got this little adjuster here, so if you pull that up, you can slide back like you can in a regular car, and you can also pull up to the pedals as well. Just clock around to the pedals. They bolt onto the actual steel construction as well, so they're not going to move either. And so does your wheel, Logitech G29. This baby locked onto there is not going to move anywhere. You can have force feedback on maximum. You can be throwing it around bends, but seriously guys, it is not going to move anywhere as it's all locked in here and pretty stable. There's cable management on this Trak Racer as well. You can see the hole just through there. You can feed your cables through. Something that I don't utilise on this, I use my own cable management. And there's a reason for that, is that I change my hardware on a regular basis. So what I tend to do is use my own cable management so I can access leads and stuff without having to get into the steel construction frame. So I just use my own cable management system and it just runs parallel to the actual tubing that goes down. Set into the frame, I've got some speakers, as you can see either side, which are connected to a subwoofer as well, which is good to have the bass and the rumble when you're going around the bends. But other than making videos, I tend to use Bluetooth headphones for my gaming anyway, and we'll come to that in just a second. My screen is a Sony 4K, that's it there. And the good thing about the Trak Racer is you get a monitor mount or TV mount, which you can see just around here. So you can actually bolt the TV onto the actual solid steel construction, and the unit then theoretically becomes an all-in-one, which is really good, and was what I was looking for actually when I made the purchase. I wanted something that all kind of fits in together, and as you can see there, everything is kind of bolted on together and it's great. So there we go, that's the Trak Racer with the seat and the wheel and the pedals all bolted in. We use PSVR. That's just there, easy for me to pick up and play. Got a variety of games that have been playing recently and filming. Drive Club VR obviously right at the front of the pile there. In terms of consoles, well, we've got the lot really, haven't we? We've got the PSVR processing unit on the top. We have the Philips speakers volume control just to the side of it, to the left. Then it's a PS3, Xbox 360, PS4 and Xbox One. And just sat in the little corner there you can see a Nintendo Wii U, which I do film videos like Mario Kart 8 on, and also Sonic's All-Stars Racing Transformed, and it's really good fun. Talking of PSVR, a lot of people ask where I position my camera. When I first got the PSVR, I mounted it just here, but it was too close, so I used to get a lot of drifting. So what I did was moved it to there, which gives me at least 2 meters of distance from my head through to the camera. I get no drifting whatsoever, which is brilliant. Variety of games, of course, to play. As you can see here, all those classics there for the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox as well, which work with a Logitech G29. Some Xbox stuff as well, not necessarily racing games. And we go down a little bit as well. You can see a lot of the games that I've got that are racing games I've actually got downloaded on the consoles from PSN and the Xbox store as well. One of the big questions, like I mentioned at the start of the video, is people asking, and they think I'm faking it actually, how do you use the Logitech G29 like you see there with an Xbox One and an Xbox 360? Okay, so there is a link in the description to this video, but there's a little converter. See that little blue box there, which is sat behind the whole rig? That is a converter. And what you do is you take the USB from your Logitech G29 racing wheel, which is there. You take the USB into that box there, and then the USB from that box into the console. And what that will enable you to do is choose what you want to play on. You see there, Xbox One, and you've got Xbox 360 just at the bottom. Another question is, do you get force feedback? You actually don't get force feedback on the game. But what you do get is rumble, but you get to turn left and right, and you get to use accelerator and brake, and of course opens up your racing wheel to games like Forza and the original Outrun game and stuff like that. So yeah, it's possible. Logitech G29, Xbox 360, brilliant. Another question, PC and Mac games, how do you do that when you've got no PC or Mac next to your setup there? If we just swivel around here, pardon the mess in my little studio here. I'm a radio presenter by day and voiceover artist as well, so I've got a mini studio, but I use the Mac. That's a 27-inch Retina Mac, and what I do is that I use a HDMI extension cable from the back of my TV. I run it all the way to the back of the Mac, and what I do with a USB is use a USB connector to the Logitech G29. That feeds into the Mac and picks it up as well as a device. And you can play Mac games, and I've also got Boot Camp on it, so I can use Windows 10 and play some of those arcade classics that you've seen on my channel as well. So that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, there's some little dazzly stuff I've done with my rig as well. I'm going to flick a switch in, you're going to see exactly what I've done. Ta-da! Neon lights. I know it's a bit quirky, but when you're racing in here at night time, it really is great. Now, I'll just dim the lights in here slightly. This is a daytime video, but you can see the effect they have. It's like Go Faster stripes or whatever. It's just a nice little addition. Little cheap neon strips that you plug into the USB ports on your Xbox. Just a nice little gimmicky effect. Put the light back on there. Come to the rear of my TV. Now, my TV is an Android TV, but for some reason, it doesn't pick up Bluetooth devices like headphones for some reason. I don't know, maybe it needs an update. So I've got these Apple Airpods here, as you can see. They're great. And I've got a little unit here on the back of the TV that connects into the phono. I wish this was a black cable actually, because it's a bit of an eyesore. But what it does then is plugs into this little unit here that you can get from Amazon. It's not having it with the zoom, is it? But yeah, basically it gives me Bluetooth headphones, and then if I'm ever racing and doing the gaming thing at night, I'm not going to wake up the family. So there we go, guys. Any questions? Just comment below. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Hopefully it's answered a few questions. If you've got any more, just let me know. But as you can see, got all the consoles here. Logitech G29, working on all of them. And it's the Trak Racer Cockpit and stuff. So thanks for checking out my channel, and thanks for looking.